What do you think the scraping is? Is it like there's dust particles on the top?
Yeah, these things ain't been used in forever.
Yeah. That's so cool that's coming from there.
Yeah, very cool.
You gotta let the viewers know. And just so the viewers know, that last song was played on
Record.
a record.
By Beach Boys.
By the Beach Boys. I don't know what the song's called.
I don't either.
It's a good tune.
Yeah.
Beach Boys is a classic. This is why I like records, because they're like physical. You can like hold on.
I'm Bodie Robinson, the host of the Pancake Platoon podcast, and you're listening to 91.7 WNEC FM, New England College Radio, Henniker, New Hampshire. That last song was played on a record by the Beach Boys. And now, the final wait is over. My special guest has officially returned, David Novotny, a.k.a. NOVO. Tell us how you doing, brother.
I appreciate for having me here. I gotta hold this closer.
Yeah,
I feel like that happens in every podcast I watch.
Yeah, get up.
They're always like, you gotta hold the mic closer to your face.
It's very.
But yeah, appreciate
touchy.
having me. I mean, yeah, I kind of took a few weeks off of not being able to come on the show, so finally here. Let's talk some hockey.
Yeah, you want to. So for all of our viewers that don't know much about hockey, like myself included, tell us how you end up getting started into, say, where you're at the point now where you're playing in college.
Well, with hockey, it's such a long process because you got to learn like skating, and that takes like years. Like, you got to start as a kid. So hockey has been, I don't know, I started a little later than usual, like probably around 10, like Pee-wee year. But actually, funny story. The way I got into hockey was I was playing soccer, travel soccer. We were kind of, the team was called the Boca Jets. Not the Boca Jets, actually. Team Boca. We were called Team Boca. Travel team. We were traveling around. We went to the west side of Florida. I think it was Naples. And it was a freezing day out. Like, it was like, I think it might have been hailing, freezing day out. And I'm on the side of the soccer field, probably not getting any touches or something. I'm like freezing cold. I'm like, Mom, I'm done with soccer. Never playing again. Switched to hockey. I started playing hockey like the next few weeks after that. And then kind of never, I don't know, hockey just was the one that I liked the most.
So you have a different background than I do, though, because you grew up, going to prep schools and all that?
So I grew up in Florida, Boca Raton, Florida. It is a nice area, but I didn't go to prep schools until I went into high school, which for hockey, there is a route where you can go prep school or you can go play juniors. Juniors is more on the hockey side, like you're playing 60 games, rigorous schedule. There's so many junior leagues out there. There's ones in Canada that are really good. So I chose to go the prep school route. My parents were pretty big on like education, and hockey's not always going to be there. So I went the prep school route. I enjoyed it. I think there are pros and cons, of course, especially with hockey development. I mean, prep school, you're playing 25 games a season. Juniors, we're playing 60, 70 games a season. So you can definitely, become a lot of a better hockey player, I would say, going junior route. But, I mean, there's D1 NHL guys from prep school, and, yeah, it's good hockey.
So I'm assuming you had to travel a lot, because I couldn't picture a lot of hockey rinks in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, they're popping up now. They're coming. Because a lot of, everyone's starting to realize that Florida's really nice, and so now all the people are kind of moving down to Florida, bringing their... Hockey's not a cheap sport, so they're bringing all the money, and they're getting their kids into hockey. So hockey in Florida is going to be... I think it's going to be pretty big.
Huh. So I know a few weeks ago is when I wanted you first on because you had a hat trick during a game. You explain a little bit more what a hat trick is and the significance behind it.
Yeah. So the hat trick. I mean, now I feel like it's kind of universal in all sports that you can get like 3 points, but yeah, I think one game someone was just throwing hats after 3 goals, and then they started calling it the hat trick. And now you see, almost Ovi had one almost last night. He had two, looking for that empty netter. Um, but yeah, it was the Skidmore game this year, and my parents were actually in town. My mom and my mom's boyfriend, and I don't know, just one period. It was just everything was going, and I was just smacking the thing around. It was just going bar down. So that was awesome. So yeah, I had 3 goals, and I mean, I think they came in a span of maybe like 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So it was like kind of one after another, and then we ended up winning that game. We swept Skidmore, which was definitely a highlight of the season for sure. I mean, they always had our number. So sending them home packing on the bus, nice
Yeah,
little drive for them was nice.
great feeling when you can do that, especially to an away team. So I've also been told it's rare to do it though. Have a hat trick.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It took me 4 years, and I played here at NEC 4 years. One Hattie
Yeah,
came at the right time, so it's definitely hard to do. Polly had one earlier in the season, but I think in the past, I mean it happens every so often. 3 goals is a lot of goals.
very rare.
Yeah.
Also know that y'all had a great season this past year.
Yeah, we did. We made a push, and we definitely
Because you were in the
got a
you got
little
went to the
we got a
playoffs.
little payback on a lot of the teams that have been beating us for the past years.
Yeah.
So it was good to let them know.
Would you do
We
make it
let
to
them know.
the quarterfinals?
We made it to the semis. We
Semis?
lost. Yeah, we lost to Hobart, who ended up winning the national championship, third time in a row. So congrats to them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're a great team. I mean, three years in a row they've won it. Playing against them, it's chances are hard to come by. You're like, damn, can I get one? Can I get one good chance here?
Yeah.
So they're just fundamentally a really good team, and yeah, they won it 3 times in a row.
First ever one I went to was a team out of New York, Elmira.
Is that the game you came on?
Yeah. Yeah. They were wearing
Yeah,
purple. I think it's Elmira.
yeah.
And y'all did
Yeah, we
did really
swept them
swept
too.
them too. Yeah, it's pretty
That was
good.
another team that
But that's the first time I've ever been to a hockey game.
I was the first one.
First ever.
So
Whether
there's
I've never been
how are
to
the
a
rinks
pro, never nothing like that.
yeah.
And I was sitting with JP
Mm.
and a few other old people, and they were explaining to me the whole time how the game's working and all that because I had no idea
Yeah.
what was going on. I did like the fact though that y'all wasn't on the ice the whole time. Coach had y'all swapping out, keeping y'all fresh.
Yeah. Quick shifts.
I thought that was pretty smart.
Yeah.
Cause
That's because hockey can only you go really hard for like quick spurts at a time. So you're going really hard like a minute,
yeah,
and then you're sitting for like 3-4, and then you're back out there for another minute.
yeah, because I was mainly watching you and a few other guys that I knew at the time, and one minute you'd be on the field, and the next minute you're on the sideline. I was like, why do they keep taking you off? But then they had told me it's because y'all trying to stay fresh and all
you
that.
gotta stay. You get gas for sure.
Especially if you're
going
to
to
get
penalty kill, and then now you
hit up against the side of the wall like that too. That's pretty. That's pretty
you
cool.
saw some big hits.
Oh yeah, I saw some that night. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because they were not happy.
Team.
Yeah, they were not happy. That's for sure.
They were not happy.
But so you getting big into golf, I hear.
Yeah, so the golf team's going. We're kind of gearing up for nationals now. We've been hitting the simulators, trying to get some good weather. It's pretty brutal out right now.
Pretty rainy day today again.
Yeah. And then tomorrow I think it's supposed to rain too. But
yeah, it's supposed to rain all weekend.
And then I saw a snowflake on the next one, so I don't know. Monday.
That's what I said last weekend. They canceled a bunch of events, and it never even rained. It never even snowed.
Just cancel school and everything.
It's just unbelievable.
Have a rain day once in a while.
It's 100%. It's supposed to rain all the way up till 8 o'clock tonight, and then rain Sunday, snow Monday and Tuesday with an 80% chance.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
New Hampshire weather, I've noticed, it always teases you. It
Yeah, I know.
always super nice, and then all of a sudden,
it reminds me
a
of back
week
home.
straight, it's just dark.
Yeah, reminds me of bipolar Texas weather. You'd be 100 and something degrees one day, and it'll be below 40 the next. Makes no
In
sense.
Texas?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, especially if we have a cold,
You're like northern
cold front.
Texas, or where are you at?
Yeah, northern. Yeah, about an hour from Dallas.
Oh,
Way up north. Real
but
close.
is it more like kind of like farmland near you? Like what's like
Yeah.
the setting like?
Yeah,
Like
farmland, big agriculture. We got
Mhm.
a lot of cattle, a lot of things like that. There's but yeah, just mainly farmland. There ain't a whole lot of uh, like if you go down west of us, there's more cattle towns, ag, uh, farming land, and then off to the uh, east of us are more cities.
Mhm.
So it's split up in kind of like five corners. Like you got the top right where I am is next to Oklahoma, so we get a lot of traffic in from Oklahoma and all that across the border. Um, Down the way where San Antonio is and Houston,
Uh-huh.
of our major cities, a lot of tourist attractions, things like that.
Yeah, I've never been down there. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I was in the trainers yesterday, and there was a girl saying that she's going to San Antonio for, I think she said her brother's wedding. I said, well, have fun. San Antonio's chaos.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Austin and Dallas combined. It's a big city.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where the Alamo is,
Mm-hmm.
a major historic place. There's the boardwalk, which is a lot of places to eat, a lot of shopping centers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where all of us go to compete in high school. So there's
Yeah.
that we'll go whether it's band, theater, whatever it is, we'll go and compete in San Antonio, and it's all the major. Dad's at East Texas. Same thing, Dad.
Is your dad listening right
Yeah.
now? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, awesome.
He texted me earlier about when I played Conway Twitty song. But yeah, it's Texas is. I get told all the time that Texas should become its own place.
I mean, it's so big. It's
Yeah.
huge. It's bigger than a lot of countries. in Europe.
From where we are to San Antonio, would probably be 8 to 10 hour drive,
Yeah.
and you're still in the same
Same
state.
state,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Go here and come up here. You can drive 8 hours and be on the other side of New York, probably in Chicago by then, because they're all so close together.
Yeah. No, I gotta head down there. I know the real estate's booming over there. People want to start moving down. It's like good weather.
I get
large
Zillow.
land.
I get Zillow and Redfin notifications on my phone every other day about housings and things like that are for sale.
And
But
Dallas is a growing city too.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about Dallas. Their hockey team's good over there too, Dallas Stars.
yeah, we were talking about that in class yesterday because they're on track to go back to the playoffs again this year.
They've been a wagon of a team regular season for the past 4 years, and then
I'm just glad one team is.
yeah,
I can't trust my Cowboys to make
the
it.
Cowboys.
Yeah, although
They're out to lunch.
The big move that we had made recently was acquiring Joe Milton from the Patriots, and I'm thinking that because they reworked Dak Prescott's contract and CeeDee Lamb's contract, they went from a 4-year to a 2-year for both of them. So I'm thinking that they might get rid of Dak eventually. Yesterday they made the news of trading Trey Lance to the Chargers, which was our backup. And so now we're still at 2. Because usually we run with 3 quarterbacks. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a great pickup for us because he has a lot of qualities as a Dak, but he also can run the ball if he need be.
Mm.
Dak's more of a pocket passer
Yeah.
than Joe Milton is. Staying on football, though, you are a Chicago Bears fan.
I'm a Bears fan, yeah. And a Dolphins fan. I do like my Dolphins, but I don't have the love for them anymore. After I attended a game I think it was winter break. Went to a Dolphins game, was fired up about it. We did some grilling outside, tailgating before the game. I mean, we were all buzzing, having a great time. Getting to the stadium, and I don't know, I just didn't feel the energy in the stadium. Like there was no chanting, no anything. Everyone's kind of on their phone.
Everybody's worried.
Everyone.
Everybody's worried if Tua is going to get another concussion.
Yeah. I don't know if he even played that game, but it was. I think they played the 49ers. They got pumped.
Yeah, they probably got whooped.
They definitely got pumped, yeah. But, yeah, I just didn't feel the love in the stadium. And I don't know. I kind of switched over to the Bears after that. One of my hockey teammates, Graham Paget, here loves the Bears. And I'm like, hey, man, I could get on that train. So I got some Bears merch, and now I'm going with it. Plus, I like the stadiums, like Soldier Field.
Yeah.
There, it looks like a coliseum, like where they're gonna go to battle, And I think that's like a pretty. When I go to a game, which hopefully is soon, I think that's gonna be.
You need
cool.
to go to the rivalry game, Bears versus Green Bay.
Bears versus Green Bay.
Yeah, that's always a good game.
Yeah.
Over the years of.
Can we find that on the schedule? When is?
Yeah, over the years of.
Because it's got to be a home game. I'm not gonna go to.
Aaron Rodgers beating the Bears. It'd be, 2020?
Like, where even is Green Bay?
Green Bay?
Yeah.
It's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no chance of going over there. Wisconsin, I heard, is nice for, like, hunting and everything. One of my other teammates.
Yeah. My dad's
a really big hunter. He
black bear up there.
Wisconsin and all that.
We've killed a black bear. Let's see here. So you're gonna play Green Bay. You'll play Green Bay twice. You'll have them a home and an away game against Green Bay this upcoming season.
Nice. It's one to tune into.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone's listening, you want to get on a good team. It's on the rise. Definitely going to become a dynasty soon. Probably in the next few years. So.
Well, as long as
their
quarterback will stay healthy, Caleb, and then.
And I like the new coach though too, coming from the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a really structured. Like, seems like he can fire up the guys to play good. So.
We were thinking that y'all were going to get our old head coach Mike McCarthy, but a lot of people were glad that they didn't. But I don't have anything wrong with Coach Mike. I mean, I think he's a good coach. But I think for Bears to be even contenders, they need a lot more help.
Yeah, they need a lot more help.
A lot more help for Caleb Williams.
On the offensive line.
Yeah, because right now he's got Rome, Doomsday as a wide receiver 1. They signed one of them last year to a 4-year extension, and then a running back that's mid at best. So need help all around. Yeah. But that can come with new coaches and all that too, because I mean, every coach has a different philosophy. So it all depends. I always say it starts up top, then you work your way down.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's the way we are with the Cowboys. If Jerry would retire or sell the business, we'd do a whole lot better because he thinks that it's Jerry's world. He thinks that he owns the Cowboys, so he's going to be the coach, the GM, and everything else, and nobody can do anything about it. So anyway,
yeah.
I'm going to read a quick PSA. It's called Out of the Shadows. Every day we go about our lives driven by routine, our vision clouded by the very normalcy we take for granted. Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible. It is time to open our eyes. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who combat human trafficking. whether it's forced labor, domestic servitude, or the sex trade. Learn what you can do to help by visiting dhs.gov/blue campaign. Oh, so you're done though. You graduate.
I'm
soon.
graduating, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the 3+1 deal that NEC offers. So I got my undergrad 3 years, and then just now finishing my master's. Last class to go. The capstone. It's a bagger. It's pretty big paper, like 50, 60 pages.
Wow.
So been working on that. I actually had a meeting with my teacher this morning. So
What's
it's been going good.
What's the plan afterwards?
It's a loaded. That's what everyone's just always asking me that.
Well, because I know you're a business major, so
yeah. Well, there's for me right now definitely a lot of unknowns. I mean, a lot of excitement, I would say for sure. But in the meantime, before I do all that, I do want to take time and travel. So I booked like a 4-month trip to Europe.
Sweet.
Gonna go rip around. Yeah, super excited for that. Gonna go visit a bunch of teammates here at NEC because we have a lot of international students, which is great for friendships down the road and networking, and now I can go to basically any country in Europe and say, hey, you want to hang out, check it out, do fun stuff. So yeah, I've been doing it for the past I don't know, every year, every other year I'll go.
That's one of the things on my bucket list is I want to go. So my great second, I think he's my second cousin. Has tracked our family line all the way back to Scotland.
Yeah.
And I want to go and explore it and see if it's true.
Yeah, I've never been to Scotland, but
it's the only thing I can figure out to explain the red hair though, because only the men in the family have red hair. So
you'd be a great leprechaun.
Yeah. Lucky Charms. You want the pot of Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Gold in the tunnel. I have actually had a friend of mine at my old school that I transferred out of. They went
Where'd you go?
Went to a junior college.
Okay.
They went.
So that's like a
JUCO basically. It's 2 years where you get your associates.
Associates. Okay.
Yeah.
So community college.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. We have that in Florida too. My brother did that as well in Florida.
Yeah, it was a local one, and it was like 5 minutes from my house. So I basically stayed home, worked, and went to school, and got food, a place to stay, and washed clothes for free. So
that's
I couldn't complain. So instead of going to a 4-year where I had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, I was like, you know what? I'll just stay close to home first and see how I like it. School to begin with, and then there.
Yeah.
And
turned out pretty good. Fun.
But yeah, they one of my professors they went to Scotland on a 2-week trip. Like they went and to one of those travel advisor people.
Yeah.
And they set up the whole thing for them, and it was like $3,500 maybe for the flights, the hotel, all the food where they ate, and all that.
So everything's just ready to go.
Everything was ready to go. All they had to do was sign the paperwork, and whenever they wanted to go, figure out the dates. It was a 2-week trip to Scotland, and they did all kinds of things. They saw castles and jumped on the train and went to Amsterdam and all kinds of things around there. And then
some good beer over there too.
Oh yeah, he's telling me with my accent, going to a pub, they would absolutely love me.
Really?
Because there's an old timey TV series called Dallas, Texas, and him finding out that I'm around from that area, he said they would absolutely fall in love with me. They'd be like, all right, he needs some more beer. And then also the fact that they don't drive pickup trucks over there. So if I'd have showed up in my pickup truck, I'd already be a famous person because none of them drive. They drive like little bitty old cars.
Well, how are you gonna get your pickup truck?
I ain't doing all that, but that would be pretty cool to be like, just rolling up in a truck,
And a
huge mob just comes out
like
of the middle of nowhere.
Like the one my roommate has, Ducky.
Oh yeah, the single cab Chevy. Yeah, I love that truck. Wish he let me drive it sometime.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice truck. It does get a little annoying when you're like trying to carpool with like some of the guys, and because it only fits 3 people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I prefer it that
It's
way.
like a cockpit in there. I like the
yeah.
the only seat is like there. You know, it's not like a back seat.
I prefer it that way because usually I'm by myself anyway, so there ain't no need for a back seat.
Yeah.
Unless I'm carrying a gun or something back there. I'm going hunting. Other than that, that's about it.
So, what would you say like the percentage of people driving in Texas? They're armed and ready to go.
Armed and ready to go?
Well, not like ready to go, but like if need be, like they have it there. You know. Is it like a large majority or?
Yeah, dude. I'd say probably 80% have one in the vehicle. 70% have one on them.
Yeah.
I'd even bump that up to 75.
Yeah.
Because I know my dad listening right now has got one on.
Mm-hmm. So it's a common occurrence. You're walking through the grocery store and someone is carrying.
Oh yeah, it's always because you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
A lot of us have concealed carry, so we can hide it, and then you also have open carry, so you can clearly as day see it on her hip, just like a cop would. But like Dad carries I'm gonna get this messed up because I always get them mixed up. 380, I think it's 380. Yeah, because the rifle's a 308. Yeah, 380. So it's a little bitty. It fits in the palm of your hand, a little bitty old Ruger.
Mm-hmm.
It literally can fit it in one pocket,
Oh.
and you never knew he had it on him. But that's just for safety reasons because you never know.
It's becoming a thing in Florida too. I know they might have changed the gun policies there a little bit, but
yeah. But plus, Texas is a Second Amendment state, so it's it's one of those ones where we are live and die by it. So, but it's
live
just one
free
of
or die, huh?
Yeah, that's why I like New Hampshire so much. Is because y'all are kind of like Texas a lot in ways.
But we don't got to wear seatbelts.
Yeah, don't have to wear seatbelts if you're 18 and older and can walk. I found this out recently because I wanted to go hunting, and they said, "Well, yeah, we got a lot of public land, and if you just ask and if you don't want to go use the public land, you ask the owner. If you know the owner of a piece of property, they'll let you hunt on it."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, back home, that's trespassing. So it's a little bit different up here, but yeah, because there's another thing is a lot of.
You got your hunting gear here?
Yeah, most of it. Yeah, I just don't have my weapons.
Yeah.
You
would have to like rent those out, or you would have to like go with a guide or something. What do you think?
No, I wouldn't need a guide, but I'd probably like if I was fixing to be done with school because I have a year left, I'd probably buy me one. Because I mean, we've got 3 or 4 gun safes back home full, but I'm not gonna have them ship me one for a week, so I'd probably go buy one, a cheap one that I can use for the weekend, and then put it in a lock box underneath the truck or something like that. Because I've talked to several people. I'm over the age where I can carry one if I wanted to, and also don't have to live on campus. So that would be the easiest. I could get an apartment and still carry it if I wanted to. Because you have to be 23 or older to not live on campus. Because all freshmen have to leave 3 years, but I don't qualify for that because I'm old.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing I want to talk about, just the junior route and how basically all the freshmen coming in as hockey players are all 21.
Yeah, it's weird for me too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely could be uncomfortable, like in the dorms.
Yeah.
I know we've always had problems.
Like we had talked about it the other day at lunch. The guys were going like, "Oh my gosh, you were alive when 9/11 happened."
What are you, 20, 23?
24. I'll be 25 in the fall. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 23.
Yeah, I was fixing to turn a year old when it happened, and they were going on things like that. Like, you had your first iPhone? I was like, iPhones didn't come out yet. I remember the first iPod. I had my own MP3 player. My first ever phone was a slide phone where the keypad was down below. And they just were like,
had like the Motorola
amazed
one.
of how.
It had like an M logo on it, and then you
Yeah.
flip it, and then there's like a little camera.
I can't remember what mine was. It might have been Motorola. But I also didn't get mine until 8th grade. So my parents waited until that last minute. But yeah, all those guys, like them two that I was talking to that day, one was 20 and one was 18. And so I was 7 years older than one and only like 2 or 3 years older than the other. And they still thought I was ancient.
Yeah. It gets amplified here. I mean, my roommate, he's like 25 and he's like a dinosaur.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. But, like, they're all straight out of high school. So it's different because when I got out of high school, I went straight to college, to a JUCO school. Then took a gap year, went and just worked the whole year. Then went back, and then got enough credits to where I could transfer out. And then instead of doing that, I took another 3 years off and went to the workforce again. And then I was like, I ain't ever going back. And sure enough, I'm here at NEC. So waited forever. Because first we had talked about it the other day. I said when I was at the trainer, trying to prevent my calf sprain, because I'm actually starting now because we don't have enough linemen for the team, and I'm having to pull a lot, doing a lot of running and things, and so my calves were killing me. And I told her, I said, yeah, I'm working these muscles and bones the first time in 6 years because I haven't had pads on in 6 years.
Yeah.
I played in 6 years.
Dude, funny. Matthias just texted me. He's like, dude, that's hilarious.
What is?
About my roommate Ike being a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's up there.
Bro,
we're all up there. We're all seniors, so it all kind of.
They're already calling me Unc, and one of them called me Dad the other day. And, like, unbelievable. Like, I'm actually almost the same age as my dad when he married my mom. So, yeah, it's pretty weird to realize that I'm at the age now where I can have kids.
It's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting.
I'm waiting too, bro. Yeah. I'm waiting until God sends me the right one.
I don't know. The way I see, like, I gotta, like, be ready. Like, I gotta make it first, you know?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like,
pave my way. I gotta be settled.
I'm
dialed in, and then obviously
I'm definitely gonna need to be financially stable before all that happens.
Because unless she's like a sugar mama or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for
Which
that.
I'm totally down
I'm down for that too.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm totally down for that too.
You want to read a PSA?
PSA.
Yeah.
I could read it. Yeah. Let's see.
Just tell them I'm gonna read a quick PSA, do the top name of the title, and then read it out loud to them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read a quick PSA here. So we got Smokey's Wish. This year, Smokey Bear turns 80 years old, and he shared his birthday with us. My wish is for everyone to practice wildfire safety, because only you can prevent wildfires. So let's all make sure Smokey's wish comes true. Learn his wildfire prevention tips at smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Aid Council.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad there.
Yeah, pretty
good.
good.
PSA. So what, you have to do those every 20 minutes?
Yeah, I have to do one the top of the 20 and then the bottom. So say right now it's 240, and then the other one was at 220. And then we do station IDs at the half hour marks. So 3 o'clock and then 3:30, and so forth and so forth.
And this station is just going on
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah. So when we finish here, I think it goes back into pop for a little bit, and then it'll transition into rock.
Yeah, we got to get the radio buzzing again.
Yeah, because it is definitely.
Because it's all aux now in the car. You don't even turn the radio on.
Yeah, because that's another thing is most of them are rock and pop and classical. There's not even, we don't have a slot for country music or anything like that.
Yeah. That's what you're.
We're majority. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm trying to change it up a little bit because
trying to get some country.
It's all majority pop, and I don't like listening to pop.
Yeah.
I prefer classic country or a little bit of Southern gospel. I played a little bit of gospel music earlier today, but
Dude, yeah, I've been ripping a lot of classical stuff. Like, I've been playing like Queen,
heck yeah,
Fleetwood Mac. Um,
we ripped a real classic one earlier with the Beach Boys.
yeah, the Beach Boys. We had it on record. Actually.
Dude, on record, man. I can't believe I got that thing to work too. That sucker's so old.
Yeah. It's like the first time it's been turned on.
Probably, more likely, yeah.
It worked.
It worked just fine, yeah.
We could throw one in later. I don't know. I saw Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, we got 2 shelves full of records here, so. But, you're also doing something in a week and a half from now. It's, you're going to be running the sound for the play.
Dude, I am. I'm excited. A little nervous because it's a big job. Sound is it's pretty key.
It's 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today. I'm gonna start going to rehearsals.
Yeah.
Trying to just to realize figure out the cues and when everything's happening. I've been waiting to go to rehearsal just because I want you guys to be dialed in before I get there.
Yeah.
I heard you might not be on book yet or off book.
Who said that?
Totally. You got the second act down or no?
Oh yeah, we're good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's time to get nasty.
It's time to get nasty.
It's
time to really get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I have some struggles here and there because I get totally lost. Like the other day, we had.
Well, you got a lot of.
Yeah, I've got like 100 and something to memorize, 180, I think. But
and that's pages.
Not just lines.
180 lines.
Yeah. So I'm in 2 scenes in Act 1, and then I'm in 7 in Act 2. So all my stuff, the majority of my stuff is in Act 2. I'm good with Act 1.
Yeah.
It's just that, I've got a few scenes in Act 2 that don't make any complete sense whatsoever for me to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it throws my brain completely off.
Yeah, you're kind of just floating.
Yeah, and so there's a few, but we did actually a full run through Thursday night. It was the first time we did Act 1 and Act 2 together. And overall, it was pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
It felt pretty good, yeah. And let's be on YouTube only, because I know she's in there in Simon. The only reason why my scenes were messed up was because of my co-star. So I'm just going to say that. Anyway, but yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. So
yeah, no, I gotta get in there. We have team meetings every Monday, so I've been going to those. With sound, I guess it's kind of more towards Tech Week.
Yeah, I think majority of your job though, sound wise, is going to be the sound effects, because I don't think we're going to be mic'd up.
Yeah.
So because majority of my scenes, we have like a doorbell, it goes off. There's a phone every once in a while, things like that. Some stuff that small that I think we'll have on an audio file. All you got to do is hit play.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be pretty simple. Because I don't think she'll mic us up, because that's what we worked on all last week, and I'm pretty darn loud. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So yeah, if anybody listening, come support me and Novo and the rest of the crew and cast. April 17th and 18th is at 7:30 in the Putnam, and then the 19th is at 3 for our matinee of Boy Gets Girl.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
I'm not going to try to spoil anything though, because it's pretty.
I do have one question
good.
for you. Are you gonna shave the beard, or do you have to make any cosmetic changes? Or
keeping the beard, keeping the hair,
okay.
but we will be changing it to white.
You're going full white.
Full white. I'm going to be painted gray because I'm playing the character that's in his mid-50s. So,
mid-50s, okay.
Yeah. Which ain't my first time I've done it, so it'd be pretty. It'd be pretty fun.
Do you want to explain a little bit your character?
My character is the boss of a editor. He's an editor, so he's the boss of a newspaper, and I go throughout, basically throughout the first act. My first scene is my introductory scene where people get to know who I am, but I get to the end of it by trying not to get rid of too much information. There's a big interview that I want to be done where my co-star Teresa doesn't want to do, so we struggle back and forth between it for a while. Then she finally commits to it and actually does it, and then when I read the article, it's complete trash. So I've got to uh, rework it, things like that, and then I'm not going to give away Act Two because Act Two is it's a pretty sad ending, so I'm not going to give away it.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm just the boss of the newsroom, and I'm the guy that tries to kind of like a father figure towards Teresa in a way in some areas, kind of a buddy with Mercer in a way in some of the things I say. But yeah, overall, like there's a few lines where I have that I really stretch for comedy purposes because I'm not really a comedic. It's really not really a comedic character. He's more of a serious kind of like dad type character. But there's some of them in there that are pretty darn funny. So I try to stretch as much as I possibly can. But yeah, so come show support. I know it'll be a great time. And then the next day is Easter, so I'm definitely taking a siesta come Sunday. I'm gonna be relaxing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be definitely let everyone know to be coming.
Yeah.
Should be good. I'm gonna have the headset on. I'm gonna be like prime time right in the middle.
Yeah, need to get
I'm excited
get
for
the
that.
hockey crew out. I'll try to invite some of the football guys, but knowing them, they ain't gonna show.
Yeah, maybe a few.
Yeah. Plus, it's going into a weekend, so everybody likes to go home on the weekend. So
yeah,
we'll
a lot of your team because they're local. Yeah. That's the thing with the hockey team. We're all like from everywhere.
Yeah.
No one's from New Hampshire.
There's me, Femmer. He's from Missouri. One kid's from Washington State. Yeah, I think, and the new kid that we got transferred in, he's from Germany. So other than that,
the QB.
Yeah. Other than that, everybody's from Mass or New Hampshire.
Yeah, and then
so
they go home, obviously. So.
Yeah, I told that story one time because I'm a student ambassador here, so I give a lot of tours for incoming students. And one tour I had, I told this story about how kids go home on weekends and wash their clothes for free instead of having to pay money and hang out with family. And the mama took it the wrong way, and I got in trouble for it. I'm like, I've been saying that since day one, bro.
Yeah, that's your go-to.
I mean, just like it's the facts though. I mean, there's nobody here on the weekends.
Why would you get offended? Like,
they were just wanted me to reword it, basically, like say that there's more stuff going on the weekend, so people will stay.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the school
they were from Boston, Massachusetts.
I would shout out.
Everybody in Boston's a little weird.
Dollar drafts tonight at the pub.
Oh, is karaoke night tonight?
No, I don't know if it's karaoke, but I know
because I know they've been doing karaoke for the past few Saturdays.
I don't know if it's. I mean, it's always there. It's kind of whatever we feel, but yeah, pop out dollar drafts at the pub.
Oh boy, a lot better if they had.
So yeah, and then I'm also gonna shout out now that I'm talking here.
Yeah.
Thursday nights we got one of the teammates, Manny, and the singer Lauren, and they do a little set. They played like 7 or 8 songs. So every Thursday, Manny and Lauren.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost sent a shout out to not hockey, but lacrosse. They got a game today, which is their senior day today at 4:00. So I'm gonna wish the men's hockey lacrosse a good game.
I think women's lacrosse is a game too.
Yeah, they were at 1:00 today, so they're actually currently probably fixing to be done. And then,
I mean, it's great weather for it for sure. So
yeah, I gotta go and cover it for NEC TV after it. I was kind of hoping it'd stop raining because I got to get an interview, but I think that's the only things right now because baseball played earlier this week and softball played earlier this week. Baseball and softball both won their games.
Nice. I know that the baseball team has like a 40, 50 game season or something.
It's insane.
Yeah, they must be on the road like the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't know if they play 2 games in one day. Possibly.
Yeah, softball did. Softball that was the way softball was. Softball had a doubleheader.
Yeah.
this past
Which
a
that's
few
way
days
too
ago.
much baseball for me. If you play 2 games in a row, like
But their first home game for both of them was supposed to be last week, but it got pushed to away because of the weather. And I was trying to go watch it, but it got pushed away, and I was kind of bummed because we watch a lot of
yo,
Oklahoma
for your
softball.
YouTube, you should probably like be in the frame.
I don't need to be, but I mean,
For YouTube, I mean, I think it probably looks better.
everybody wants to see my guests, not me.
No, they want to see you.
Dude, I feel bad. So I had Mene and TG Terrence on here last week, and me and Terrence were talking about kind of like what we did today about football and how he started because he's from a different state and all that, and how he found NEC and all that. And halfway through, Mene's over here.
Sleeping?
That dude fell asleep. I mean, we were 30 minutes in, and that sucker's out over here snoring.
I mean, it is nice and warm in here.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I stayed up late last night. I didn't fall asleep till 4 a.m. I was like, oh, okay, that probably explains it. And then when he woke up, I said, what were you doing, Mene, dreaming about cheeseburgers? he got real upset with me. But anyway.
Yeah, what else do we got? Some more, I don't know.
Well, I was looking
Talk
at
some hockey, maybe? Just a little more?
I was trying to look up one I saw the other day. I can't remember if he was on the Bruins or not, but there was one that.
You don't even need to bring up the Bees. I think they're on a 10-game losing streak.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they're last in the
Yeah.
conference or whatever they're in. But
Yeah.
I was just saying that I can't remember if it's them or somebody else, but one of them had their first ever career goal in NHL.
Oh, yeah, Leonard did last night. Empty netter versus Washington. Not versus, for Washington.
And that's Bruins, though? He plays for the Bruins?
No, he doesn't play for the Bruins.
Oh, okay. I just saw it on my feed.
Yeah.
But
well, a bunch of college guys, D1 guys, went up. I think it was actually over 20 of them signed contracts to go to the NHL, which is good for college hockey. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Now with college hockey, there's a lot of pressure coming from Canada too, because now Canadian players who have been playing major junior are allowed to play college hockey now. So now it's getting really competitive.
Do you watch any March Madness?
Yeah, I've been watching the Gator. I think Gators are on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's today. So
I ain't a big fan of basketball. I hardly ever watch NBA.
I hardly watch NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to watch LeBron back in the day when he was on Cleveland and on Miami, and I feel like those were the days.
I was a big Kobe fan growing up.
Kobe.
Yeah. Still to this day, every time I shoot into the trash can. Kobe.
So rip a Kobe. Yeah.
Kobe. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just different nowadays. Like we had a class the other day about it. We had a debate whether if Jordan versus LeBron is the best of all time, and my debate was if Patrick Mahomes is going to be the next Tom Brady. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really compare.
I had a hard debate on that one, but well, I mean, he's won.
I would say
he's
LeBron
won
is
half
way
the
more
Super Bowls.
significant to the NBA than Mahomes is to the NFL.
Yeah, but his time.
LeBron has been carrying the NBA for his
Ever.
whole career, 25 years.
Yeah. I just had it in my thing though that completion rating, for passes and things like that were better, and that he's had half the Super Bowls, and Super Bowls mean everything when it comes to the NFL. Unlike basketball, where if you get a championship, it doesn't matter because you're still the MVP, and then you still had 40-something thousand shots you made that year. I mean, they're more statistic based than the NFL is, where the main goal is to win the Super Bowl.
To win the game, yeah.
So it was a pretty.
But the Gator game tonight, I'm fired up. Tonight,
because we had
6 o'clock.
We had two NEC basketball players in there, so It was pretty heated for a while,
Yeah.
but it was pretty fun though. Plus, it was only for like a participation grade that day, so as long as you participated, you got an easy A. I was like, sounds good to me.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, we'll try to get this record playing again.
Yeah. Florida versus Auburn. I mean, I am a bit of an Auburn fan as well. I did
See, that's another thing is, so like when I work in the admin building, they've got a board in there, and everybody thinks Auburn's going to win it.
Yeah, it's hard because Gators beat them in the regular season, so it's like always hard to beat a really good team like 2 times. So I don't know. I think Gators, they're gonna have to battle one out. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
6:00.
You want to find a new one?
I mean, yeah, we could.
Nobody knows who the Beach Boys are.
What about some Phil Collins? Dude? Everyone knows Phil Collins.
We can end with the song and all that. Oh, you know what we need to tell everybody?
What up?
We need to tell them about our business adventure.
The theater.
Yeah. If you want to, Dad said I do. I talk about nobody knows the Beach Boys.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a bunch. Yeah, these have probably been handed down for. When was the school founded? What does the sign say out there? I forget.
World War I times or something in that area. Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, so me and Noah have been talking about possibly going into business together. About because he's a business major, so I know he can handle finances and things like that. I'm more of a creative kind of guy. And,
You more so know the industry.
Yeah.
Because it would be into a theater, so.
Yeah, and so we've been talking about possibly going into business and buying us our own theater. I myself wouldn't mind an all-purpose or all multi-purpose one where we could do movies, and like talent, like have a band come in or a comedy person, and then actually the next week put on a play. But I don't know. I gave him a 5 to 10 year reality plan, so we'll see if that ever happens. But I wouldn't mind it. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I think for me, where I'm kind of sitting, where like, I mean, I gotta first get all the capital and kind of get myself situated, and then cool business ventures like that, I'm gonna be jumping on them because I think that's so cool to have.
I can tell you right now, if you
have a production, have a team. I know you can run it there.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be a problem, and then I'd be kind of helping out on the back end,
take
making sure everything goes well.
Certain percentage or something like that off it in the back end. But
So it'll be interesting. That's what honestly college is great about. Just now, like we're buddies, and then if ever down the road I stumble upon a few $1 million, and now I'm like, hey, like, you want to do that thing you always wanted to do, like. So I don't know. That's what I kind of liked about college. Now that like the actual like schooling and the like the content that you're making is, I don't know. I feel like not very relevant to like the work world and like what's actually going on. So a big pro to college is definitely the people that you meet.
Yeah.
And you got to use that to your advantage as much as possible.
That's why they teach us in theater too, because no matter who you meet, you want to stay in contact with them because you never know down the line they may need something.
Yeah.
Because a job for an actor is they're always looking for their next job.
Yeah, you're always searching.
So,
for sure.
That's why I told Alex the other day because he's graduating. I said you might want to keep my number just in case.
Yeah.
You never know what could happen.
You guys went to the same school, same
Yeah.
We're in the same production, so it's pretty.
And
And how does it work for like theater majors? Like, what do they do after college? Like, are you going like, is it
well,
like you go to the pro level, or
it
how does it
depends on
work?
what you want to do. I mean, for Alex, he wants to be an actor, so I mean, that could be either Broadway, that could be getting a job for a regional theater and making money. Um, Try his luck out in the film industry. Really, that's about the only things you can do actor wise. Um, but if you're somebody like me, where does tech, the jobs are endless.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's a lot of
Yeah. Somebody's always needing a light board operator. Somebody's always needing a soundboard operator. Somebody's always needing a rigging operator where you go up in the catwalk and hang a flying system for somebody to fly someone. Um,
I could see you
someone
doing
always
that.
needs a
I could see you doing
stage
that.
combat,
Yeah.
which I'm certified in. So there's always something technical, whether it's NEC theater, Broadway, or in the film industry, somebody's going to need.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really stay heavy on the actor side of it, because
I think that's really
the
smart.
technical side of it gives you more opportunities.
Yeah.
But
and then I feel like the actor thing, it's kind of like it's comes like it's natural, you know. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel like with acting, a lot of it's like if you got it or you don't got it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I tried it. I took the acting class here, which was a ton of fun. Shout out to Colleen for everything she's done. But yeah, I had a ton of fun, and it was like it's nerve wracking. It's like like I'm a different person on stage, trying to like express that to people who are just staring at you.
Yeah.
Like you have three heads or something. So it's definitely something to adjust to. I would say if you're an NEC student or a business major and you want to get more confident and just be able to like take on presentations.
You don't even have to be either one of those, because theater takes anybody that's not.
It's an LAS
not
class now.
a theater major, so just come and
I know
have fun.
Dramatically help your confidence.
Yeah, it's also a big thing for people that have stage fright. So like I know a lot of people that have stage fright and they won't ever get up there and sing or nothing like that. But if you can get up, so like I started small. I had my first ever show was probably in front of 50 people. I got to high school, there was 200 something people, and then throughout the years I've went back and forth. So having 250 people in front of you to watch you perform helps big time, because then you can perform for any crowd, where it be 20 people, 5 people, or over 200 people. And it just builds your confidence every time. Because like I've been doing theater for almost 10 years now, and after the second time I've been on stage, I don't think I've ever been nervous before, because I just built that confidence up, and I was like, okay, I know my lines, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I just gotta go ahead and do it. Yeah. And 90% of the time, the way they teach us is not really to look at the audience to begin with. So all you see is empty seats, because when your eye level, what you want to do with your eye level is you want to look above their heads like you're looking back towards the back doors. And so
you never look them down in the eye.
Never look at them whatsoever. So in your peripherals, like in the lower, you see them, but honestly, it kind of blurs out because the lights are so bright.
Yeah. And then
it's just dots.
Staring out.
No matter, you just stare at the abyss, and it's like nobody's there.
Yeah.
That's why that's always that saying, like when you're on stage, just picture everybody naked, whatever that saying is, because most of the time it's just an abyss, and you don't hardly see anybody out there to begin with. So. But I mean, it's great, always fun. I tell people all the time on the tours I give that you also learn how to do stuff. So if like you never knew how to use a multi-tool or a power tool to build a set, you learn how to build a set and use power tools.
Dude, I was in there. I love using power tools.
I mean, that helps in all kinds of ways. You learn how to do lights and sound, how to hang lights, how to color change lights. The difference between a LED and what a regular halogen light is. I can teach stage combat to pretty much anybody that's willing to learn. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of
A lot of options.
In theater, which.
So don't overlook it if you're an NEC student.
Yeah.
Don't overlook it. Oh, that's like theater. I'm not going to go in there.
Yeah.
Like, there's always, hidden stuff to do, especially like on a small campus like this. You just got to kind of find it.
Yeah, there's always like I know last night they had a movie night. The theater club had a movie night, so there's always something going on in there. But yeah, it's also a different take. Like, because when I was in high school, I took my freshman year. I took like small engine repair classes and welding classes, and I was like, I want to be a welder one day. And then the first time I got on stage as a sophomore in high school, never went back. And so I always got crap from my principals of being a theater kid / football player, because you never picture a football player being a theater kid. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. If I honestly don't think, with all the things I've learned and mastered over the years, if it wasn't for theater, I probably would be in the middle of nowhere, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Because it's taught me so many things over the past several years, and grateful for all the people that have taught me. Because I've had several directors and professors and teachers. So it also helps too when you're trying to apply for a job and they see that you've done it for so long. Because that's the way I told Colleen, I was like, I only have one theater class left, and then I'll have my officially have my associates in theater and soon to be in communications and my bachelor's in communications. And basically, I said I could possibly run wild in here and do whatever I wanted, and she said, yeah, more likely you could, because she trusts me enough to do all that stuff. Yeah. So I want to take her directing class. There's a directing class she does that once you take it, she'll let you direct your own play for that upcoming fall or spring, or whatever.
When I was assistant director, I was loving that position. Yeah, I was letting everyone know when I walked in there.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Especially remember that those times when I teach you how to run a light board.
Yeah.
The color changing and all that. I still got that video that we did too. It's quite funny.
There was a ton of funny moments there.
Yeah, I tell people I tell Dad all the time, family all the time about me getting up in that little video chairlift and going up to rework the lights, and me being over the weight requirement, so that sucker's leaning back and forth like this, fixing to tip over. And our technical director Ian goes, "Oh no, you're good. It won't tip. It won't tip. I promise. It won't tip."
That's such an Ian thing to say. Like, oh, you're good.
Oh no, you're good. Get up there. And then halfway there, I'm just
the thing's
shaking back and forth. Yeah. I'm like, "Are you sure, Ian?" It's like, "Oh no, you're good. Keep going." But yeah, it's always been fun, especially continuing it. And that's why I always said I would want either to have my own theater or teach theater one day, because I want to give back to the next generation. Because a lot of places, theater is starting to become a dying breed. You know, we have Netflix and all that. Who cares about going to a movie theater when you can watch it on Netflix? Yeah. You know, so I wanted to continue it, try to thrive, and make it a passion for everybody, not just me. And so that's why I brought that up to you about a few weeks, actually, about a month ago, about that 5 to 10 year plan about doing it. But I know for a fact, if you went home right now to Texas and got into the real estate business, you'd be doing pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of easy flips down there. Like, I got a notification a day for I think it's a 3-bed, no, it might have been a 2-bed, 2-bath house for $80,000. And easily could have flipped that for probably $120,000. Put a little work.
There's opportunity.
Put a little work into it. All that.
We actually did have. Speaking about real estate, we had Eric O'Brien, an NEC alumni, come to our business club meeting, and he was talking about real estate. He owns his own commercial real estate firm, so he was talking all about it. And I'm actually really considering doing the internship that he offers.
Yeah.
It's a 3-month internship, and I don't know. I feel like even if I weren't to go into real estate, still knowing like the back end of it and how it works and how I can use it in the future to like multiply my assets. Like I think real estate is something is key. You need to know if you want to become
Yeah, because
successful.
I have two friends right now that I graduated with in high school, and that's what they're doing right now. And both of them have said that they
Everyone really, yeah.
are not
If you have the
in it, not
personality
in it
for
for
it,
the money. They're in it to make a little bit extra on the side and make uh, not really profit, but because they one of them's married and her husband makes really decent money, so she's like, I'm just in it for extra income, and whether I make 5 to 10 grand on this house, who cares? Just extra spending money because she takes trips all the time with the money she makes. Like she was up here in New York last week and then went
what are we
somewhere.
talking about? Who is this?
A friend of mine from high school,
Oh, okay.
and she's a realtor, and that's
Yeah.
all. That's all she does is tries to make extra income, even though her husband makes pretty decent money.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a lucrative industry. You definitely can make it big, but
yeah, because that's why. So my dad, he owns his own plumbing business, so he's always doing new houses. And the one I worked on with him before I came back um, for spring semester, it was a 4 bed, 3 bed house, I think, or 4 bed, 3 bath house. Could have been a 4 bed, 4 bath house. And how the realtor did it was they bought this land and then was going to sell lots, basically. Um, Spent probably 400,000 building the house, and he was probably going to sell it for over 6. So he's going to make at least 100 grand in profit. But what they were doing was rolling it into the next house that they were building and just continuing it. Because they had at least 10 lots around this one place, and they just keep rolling it back in, which is pretty smart. Me, I'd want to take the money and run, so I'd probably get in trouble for that. But well, Novo, been here for
what are
over
we
an
doing?
hour, bro.
Over an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean podcasts are you're just chalking it up.
just
Podcasts
chalking
are
it
pretty
up,
fun
talk
to do.
about whatever you.
Talking about whatever.
Yeah,
We could. I'll definitely try to recruit some other guys if you want. If you need some more guests.
I need to get your boy from
You need a golf.
Texas.
Yeah, lefties.
Yeah, he's
Lefties
from
from
Frisco.
Texas. Yeah.
I want to get him on here because, like I said, Frisco's probably
And
little,
he
little over
listens
an
to
hour from
podcasts
me.
all the time. He's always working a podcast.
So I need to get him on there and talk about where we're from. He'll understand places I've talked about before. So, all right, I'm gonna play this quick song, whatever it is. I don't know how the record works, and then
Is it Phil Collins?
yeah,
Right.
and then we'll close it out. Because I don't know, like. See, I feel like I started halfway
Oh,
through.
this is a good song though. Dang, that's all it takes, huh?
Yeah.
That was a good time. Yeah, I'll try to recruit some of the boys. A little combo, a little. Phil Collins, classic.
Yeah. We'll play this and then we'll.
The Renaissance thing he's going on, or what?
Yeah, for a little bit longer.
How much longer? Until 4?
Hold on, let's finish the schedule.
You need some rub. Some Simo, maybe?
30.
Peace. All right, that was good stuff.
Yep. Appreciate you, brother.
A show. Yeah, I'll try to get Lefty on the pod.
All right.
That was fun. I'll definitely do it again if you need someone.
Okay.
I could bring like more specific like stories and stuff or whatever you want.
I think it turned out good.
It's good to get the practice in.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, y'all. I'm Bodie Robinson, the host of the Pancake Platoon podcast. I just want to say a special thank you to my good friend Novo for coming on the podcast today. If you missed anything today and it wasn't able to hear it live, it'll be edited and put on YouTube later. And it's called the Pancake Platoon Podcast YouTube channel. I just want to send a shout out to the lacrosse players today, wishing them luck, and wish everybody a more beautiful day, and hopefully have a great day tomorrow. Thank y'all.